Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to PlayFrame and to Demon's Souls 2020, a co-op run with two Dans, which today shall end unless we do very poorly. Odds are very good of it ending today, though. Dan, how's it going?
It's going. I am in the Nexus because I forgot to not be in human form.
Better to remember now, though.
Yep.
Yeah. Before showing up here and getting insta-invaded.
Okay, but I am loading in now, so
All right.
I have my sign down in a second.
Yeah, because I'm not in human form, but I imagine it's sort of the case where there's ghosts all around me. I just can't see them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They can't do anything to me yet until I make use of one of these, and then blood in the water.
And then fun will happen.
Yep.
Okay, my sign is down.
All right.
And maybe a new toy was acquired between episodes.
There was a little bit of work done between episodes. I'm super excited to see new toys. Always love a new toy.
Maybe Lady Jingle felt like getting a bit of an upgrade.
I'm very excited to see. I got a few more levels just because I had a lot of soul items just lying around and nothing to do with them.
I did say I was going to change my look, and I did, and then I was like, I can't, this is too heavy. So I'm back wearing the same clothes I've been wearing the whole time.
Who hasn't gone into a dressing room, gotten changed, and is like, I love how this looks, but I can't run anymore. So back onto the rack it goes.
But yeah, look, I got a new little wand.
I like it.
Yeah, and it halves my MP, so it has no other benefits, I'm sure.
I'm sure. So it just seems like a downgrade in that kind of respect.
The game was getting too easy.
Oh, I see. It's keeping things fresh and interesting. You're doing some pretty good damage, though. Seems like
Pretty good damage with the little fireballs, yeah. And
Yeah.
maybe I swapped out because with leveling up, I got another spell slot. So I was like, ooh. I can play with something that costs 2 because I wasn't really the let's be real, the defense buff was not helping me.
I feel like you are doing more magic damage now.
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting.
Oh yeah, we're putting out the damage, Dan.
How
Putting out the damage.
do magic spell slots in Demon's Souls work? I forget.
It's the same as all the other Soul games. It's just kind of a point thing, and then your intelligence is your attunement slots. So you just every like 4 or 5 levels, I feel like you get one kind of thing.
Nice. Okay, so it's not like a separate stat that you have to level, which...
Oh no, you do. You have intelligence and magic.
Oh,
as your
okay.
stats, I think is what they.
But there's not like an attunement stat. Like, didn't Demon's Souls have a separate one where you have to level a separate thing to actually get, or slot gain was separate from. Yeah.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah, I feel like you're making quite the impression on these enemies now.
Yes, indeed. Wait, was there another night guy that we passed somehow? Or did he just die?
I think he just died. I think we just took care of it.
We're just, so good, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, between episodes we were going and taking care. We needed to take care of the old yellow king or whatever whatever that boss was on your end, so that you could get some of these upgrades. And it was funny going back through there and realizing it's like I was so focused on our conversation when we came in here in the recorded part. I don't remember anything we fought. I have no memory of coming through here earlier because I was not paying attention.
I do not recall this place. Hello.
There's our guy. Hey, I've got a murder quest for you.
Yeah, now go pay attention to him.
Oh, no.
Nope.
No, oh, there's... Can't make up his mind. That's doing a lot of good damage, though.
Yeah, I got the big fireballs now.
Got the big fire.
The big fire.
Yay. Mephistopheles will be thrilled.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
Do we want to have you go back to the Nexus, or do we want to give Allant a try?
Good question, because if we beat Allant, well, I don't know if I'll still be able to do the Mephistopheles thing.
That's my fear.
Yeah, we still got time in the episode. We can do a quick little run back, and it feels like the Dan Hunters are maybe going a little easier on us now.
Yeah, they got confused. Or you know what we could do? We could kill this
Oh, right,
dragon.
there is a dragon still. Forgot that part.
Oh. Well, hey, that solves our problem.
Yeah. You know, the dragon earned the kill on that one.
Yeah.
That was...
He's a sneaky dragon.
Just... Finally, the dragon succeeds at his stealth check. Got to do a sneak attack.
He's like, I have -8 to my roll.
It's like, I never get to do that. Finally rolled a 20.
I got those 2 idiots talking about honeydew again, and they walked right into my trap.
Who knew that was all it took? Just get him distracted with conversation. It does sometimes feel like when I'm recording stuff in the other series, Final Fantasy XIV, and you get the bosses that talk a lot, and I feel kind of compelled to, as the person guiding the story experience, to read their line aloud. That really does split my attention and lead to me standing in many a danger puddle that I shouldn't. It does feel like it's an intentional distraction tactic on their part at a certain point. Anyway, Mephistopheles, I have done the task again.
Don't look at me with that ravenous countenance. There's more work to be done. I want you to kill that witch, Yuria.
Oh, right, there was one more.
Of course,
Yuria.
I'll provide you with a fine reward. Excellent.
I do feel a little bad about that
I
one.
have high
Yeah.
expectations.
Hey, I broke you out of prison. I have terrible news.
Yeah.
Although I
Though-
guess you broke Break out of jail too.
Yeah, and she had front row seats to that murder. I feel like she should see this coming.
Yeah, she should have left. To be honest.
That was a really good hint to maybe to just kind of vacate this space. If the vibe does not seem off to you now, what would it take?
She's just over there like Kermit sipping tea, like, not my problem.
I'm sure she had a good reason.
I didn't like the way he was looking at everyone else too, you know.
I get it. Woo, you got spells though, huh? Try that again.
Take 2.
Take 2. Say, Yuria, you still mad? Seem mad. Boy, that spell does work. Okay, no more fire, please. You with your fire.
It's her favorite thing.
She is good at it.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, you got the big fireballs too, huh?
I learned everything from her.
There we go, okay. Boy, you are a dangerous one. Thanks for your outfit. Well, you do sure get yourselves a whole lot more fashion options going down this route, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're all done. You're what they might call a miracle worker.
Yeah, I should have been doing that the whole
One
time.
final task, and the secret of souls shall die with you.
Oh, right, now you attack me. Okay.
Such a youth is a rare thing.
What was the strategy here, Mephistopheles? Like, you found a person who's capable of taking out all these people. And now you try to kill me.
Was it like, I finally found someone worthy to defeat me?
I guess so. You were a much easier fight than Uriah. And now we just got all kinds of stuff. I wonder what it says. I wonder if I can remember what all it says. Or what all it was. It's gave me a lot of things.
There was, you know, that thing.
And this thing and that thing. I'll find them. Okay, one of the things is the parrying dagger, which doesn't really have anything specific to Mephistopheles. Also, the Epi Rapier, wielded by members of the secret coterie who plot to harness the power of souls. Imbued with a potent fire spell, this weapon offers a partial explanation for why the group is feared as deeply as it is. Cool. Also, there's a gold mask, reserved for those only by the highest ranking... Reserved for use only by the highest ranking members of the secret coterie who plot to harness the power of souls. And also there's a ring somewhere in there. Ring of the... Yeah, I have two of them now. Ring of the Accursed. Lures enemies into attacking its bearer, once fastened to the fingers of criminals, making them constant targets of stones and spit. Well, cool. And we win, and we did the quest thing.
We did it.
Feels good. Like, while also feels slightly bad, but mostly good.
Mm-hmm. Good because we did it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of...
Bad because you thought about it.
All right, I need to drop off a lot of stuff, apparently.
Drop off some stuff.
Drop off some stuff, and then we can get back to playing the video game and beating the video game.
We're going to beat it. We're right there. It's practically done. See you next week.
Yeah, you guys just sort of like auto-fill complete the rest of the episode in your head. It's practically done. You can kind of see the rest in your mind's eye.
Fill in. We're gonna talk about something that has nothing to do with Souls or video games or anything, and
the whole time, especially when it gets to like the most like engaging, exciting part. We are going to be having a conversation about like, I don't know,
ants.
Yeah. Like favorite style of sock.
Ooh.
Some nonsense.
Ant guile. Argyle. Ant guile.
Okay, now I see what you were... It took me a second to connect those dots,
Yeah.
but I got there.
There's a bit of a stretch. A little bit of a stretch.
You got to try sometimes.
Yeah. You know, you got to shoot for the stars, and if you miss, you die in the void of space.
Sometimes, like, you never know where you'll end up sometimes with an attempted joke where you got the start figured out and the rest you'll figure it out as you go. Sometimes you'll end up striking gold.
But like 99% of the time.
Yeah, the rest of the time.
Big whiff.
Similar odds to actually, like, panning for gold.
Yeah. Ooh. A slightly larger rock.
I'm sure there's a lot of mud out here.
Weird. Not getting much. I've always wanted to do that, though.
Pan for gold?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd have a lot of fun for, like, 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Like, not a prolonged thing, but just, like, give me one and then give me, like, a nice, peaceful river and stuff, and I'll probably do it for a little bit, and then I'll probably just hang out and enjoy nature.
That does seem like just a nice little mindless activity to do for a little while out near some running water out in nature. That does seem kind of nice, actually, the more I think about it.
Yeah. It's kind of like hunting for, like, shark teeth and stuff like that.
Ooh, yeah.
It's like you're just enjoying the space and also, like, having a little, you know, tiny treasure hunt, and chances are you're probably not going to find anything. But maybe.
Walking on a beach is really, like, especially as a kid and probably also as an adult, I haven't done it in a while, seems like one of the most fun places you can go for a walk. Because, yeah, like, who knows what just random little stuff you'll find just in the sand as you go.
Sometimes you'll be walking on the beach and you'll like find a cool thing, you'll dig it up and it's 3 grays and a blue. And you're like, hey, I'm still glad I'm here.
I should use the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes now.
Oh my, I just put the controller down and did the swing. Like, and my shield like hit the wall and it was like, that was way louder than I was expecting it. Startled me.
I don't know why it's only Bloodborne that I've ever had that experience in.
Yeah.
Of setting the controller down and shooting an NPC.
You've seen the Bugs Bunny like meme with it?
Yes. I just pictured it. It was very funny again. Put it up on screen because it's very funny.
Oh, also, before we go on, I was exploring on this, and so if you come up here,
yeah,
and then walk off the tip of this spike, you might see it.
Ooh,
is a little blood splash.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming it's because like you falling is like impacting it.
Must be
or something. But the first time I did it, I was like, did I just get hurt by the spike? But
yeah, I was watching my health. It didn't do anything, but
yeah,
it's an interesting little bug of an effect. Yeah. Good find.
Yeah, I was just goofing around while you were killing NPCs. You know.
Entertaining yourself. What happens if I walk on this dragon and then walk off of it this way?
They did get the tail carved though, so that's good, you know.
You gotta get that.
Very important.
Worked hard. Going for that tail cut. Like, do you want the gem and plates or not? I feel like we've seen a notable increase in magic damage this episode.
Yeah, you know, this turns out the one boss staff in the game is pretty good, even though it halves my actual magic. Pretty good increase.
There we go.
Pretty good hits.
Pretty good hits.
And I got spice to spare.
We do have a lot of spice.
So much spice.
Both from getting lost in Latria several times and also just from generous Dan hunters.
Like even just killing the blind monk or was that the name?
I think so. I called him like the old Yellow King before, which is definitely not correct.
Yellow King.
You know,
I keep thinking that.
Yellow King's a good fight.
But like I got like 6 just from those 2 guys we killed on the stairs.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. The Dan hunters are definitely easing up.
Yep. I think they think we already got past there.
Threw him off our trail. I think we lost him.
Scraped him off. Well, this could be it. This could be our final elevator ride together, Dan.
This could be it. Well, final one here. Next, we can look forward to another elevator in another game.
Yeah, who knows?
With this exciting duo.
What other elevators we may find. Oh, the elevators you'll go. Love that book as a kid.
We're coming up with a lot of good merch phrases in this playthrough in particular.
There's so many of these things. There's like, how would you even make merch of that? Like postcards? Like,
I don't know. Like, I would that's the kind of phrase I would definitely wear on a t-shirt. To like, people would ask about it and I wouldn't know what to tell them either. Like, I don't get it either. That's why it's funny. It's the 2020s. Where have you been?
It's funny because it's not.
None of us understand the humor anymore. Humor is transcended kind of past our brain's level. See, I told you we'd be talking about something stupid by the time we got here.
Yeah. I love Star Wars. It's very Dooku vibes.
He does have very Star Wars villain vibes, yeah.
Man, look how cool the wings, though, look on the remake.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Much more smoky and wispy.
It looks like an actual effect and not like a rendering bug.
Yeah. So growly.
So all I remember is he does the big charge up and we need to smack him to knock him out of it.
I'm glad you remembered. I'd forgotten that part.
That's like the only thing I remember about this fight.
I remember that there's something he can do that can grab you and actually steal levels.
Okay, we got him.
Hit him.
Oh yeah, that does a huge AoE.
Ow.
Did you feel that?
A little bit.
Oh, nice. You knocked him out as he was starting it. That's cool.
Yay.
He didn't even know he was casting it. Uh-oh. I wasn't sure if it was going to do it.
Yeah, me either. Between the two of us, we've got pretty good odds of interrupting. Ooh. Yeah, these wispy smoke effects really do add a whole ton.
Nope, that's the lower the
grabby.
level.
Yep. Nope. It's got an HP bar on him.
Yeah, he sure does. No.
No.
Oh, I do love that big fireball, though.
It's really good.
I can't tell if, like, he's getting darker because I'm hitting with fire or, like, it's a, like, element of the fight.
Yeah, I think it is, 'cause, like, I assume it has to be just, yeah, like singeing and ashes from the fire. But yeah, maybe we are, like, as we wear him down, that effect happens. He has been on fire a lot, though. There we go.
There's a lot of fire.
There's a lot of fire going around. Yay.
We did it, Dan.
Gorgeous room, too.
Right?
Beautiful. Oh, we've done it.
We're the real demon soul.
It was us all along.
Turns out the demons, the souls were. I got nothing. I was trying to make it work, and it wasn't good either way. Demons were souls all along.
If it is to be, then you shall be beckoned.
All right. Let's go be villains.
Villains.
Back to the Nexus for Villainy.
Back to life. Back to reality.
Ooh, I'm excited to see this. In fancy remake form. Ooh, yeah. Beautiful. All right, nothing else needs doing. I don't think. It's not like there's a whole lot of folks left to talk to around here. All right.
Hark, I hear a voice of yore. The old one calls for thee. Let us proceed below to its lair.
She doesn't have face animation.
Isn't there? I think. Doesn't she like speak telepathically?
I'm wondering if that's the implication. Like it didn't even register in my brain for a while because Souls games, but like
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait, everyone else has been very animatedly talking. She must be telepathically chatting at us.
I'm curious if that's. I'll do some research. Let's see.
Boy, that looks good.
Yeah, apparently all NPCs except her and the Monumental don't have.
Interesting. Or this old one really is like a big upgrade in the presentation this time around. Like the white birds flying always sold the scale in a major way, but like
Old one, I have granted thy wish.
just the amount of small detail you can see in there now too just makes it look just massive and
Come now.
unfathomable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's good.
I definitely recall playing with the camera mode
Ooh, I bet.
in the end there.
Boy, it is pretty.
Let us proceed below to its lair.
Okay. I love just walking inside the thing.
Just go. You know that giant new thing that just approached? Go in it.
Some fun surprises in there.
Chosen by the Old One. Will you seek the everlasting demon souls? Or has the monumental blinded you? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here.
Enter the fog.
Surely you have seen for yourself the pain and suffering that fills this world. But God is merciful, and so created the Old One, a poison to the poison. The Old One will feed upon our souls and put an end to this tragedy.
What a mess. King Allant.
Mm-hmm. You know, you need some help with that boss, Dan? You need to-
Yeah, I'll make it work. Ow, don't bite me. Gross. Well, you're really making an effort there.
He's gargling with everything he's got.
Yeah. There we go.
Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
thy work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the old one back to slumber.
So, for those of you who are not familiar, Demon Souls has two endings. Option one, the sort of more good ending, you follow instructions and just walk out and leave. Oh, nice. Sword. Option two, you don't do that. You attack the Maiden in Black here instead and stop her from doing what she's doing, which I've never done, but that's the flavor of the day. If not now, when?
Exactly.
Old one and I shall slumber evermore.
You gotta stay on brand.
Yeah, like, if you're not gonna
Days go, be gone to thy well.
try the evil options with your villain OC that you created, like, what was the point?
Exactly. What's the point?
The Old One senses a new and powerful demon by its side. And before long, the world will be engulfed by the deep fog. Bring more souls.
The sleigh bell's got to get her start somewhere.
This is how the sleigh bell legend begins.
And there we are. Another co-op run complete.
In the bag.
We've done it. What a pretty game. It has been fun to revisit this with you. I've now been through this game more times in your company than solo.
I mean, same.
And I've enjoyed it immensely both times.
It's very fun. It's a nice short little experience, especially if you're like just going through and, not doing, double run throughs and, having Dan Hunters after you. It's a nice quick little experience if folks are ever like, hey, I don't know what a Souls game. Like I don't want to bite off another 60-hour game. You can definitely get through Demon's Souls.
Absolutely. Especially if you're an experienced Souls player. Like if you've already learned the language. Like, Demon's Souls probably took me as long as your average other Dark Souls game did because it's the first one that I played all the way through, and I was still kind of learning basics and understanding. But now, like, with a lot of understanding of Souls games, this is a relatively smaller, shorter one.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't recommend it being the one you start with if you hadn't played any.
It kind of locks you. Like, even though you do have the option of going to different worlds, it's like an immediate... ramp up in difficulty between the zones, so you kind of get forced into having to do like a small chunk of stuff over and over again until you can get through it.
Yeah, a bit less variety and a little less, fewer quality of life additions that
they're ready to do entire zones over and over again because there's no bonfires.
What one would I recommend somebody start with? It probably would be literally Elden Ring, huh?
It really feels like it.
That's the one that's got the most... I feel like you've got the most options for mitigating difficulty with your build, with grinding, with going and just finding other stuff and just trying other things, with being able to, like, having the Spirit Ash summons that you can have in, even without playing online. Like, there's so many tools.
So many tools, so many toys. The only thing I would say is, like, I guess a benefit of starting with Dark Souls
Mm-hmm.
as your first is you don't run the risk of like, how do I level up? Like, because you kind of you granted, like in 3 they kind of force you into it, in 2 they force you into it, but those are options that you can, like, at least in 2 you can, you know, make an oopsie whoopsie.
Yeah. None of them are easy to start with.
Yeah.
They're all going to challenge you a bit.
They're all going to have their own little quirks that you got to learn and adjust to.
Yeah. I know there are a lot of people for whom, I don't know if this is still the case, but for whom Demon Souls is definitely like a favorite of theirs, the one they still like just have a real soft spot for. It still feels like it's at the bottom of my list, and that's not really a slight to Demon Souls. It's really just a testament to how much the ones that followed built on it.
Yeah. I think it's a matter of like, I think if Demon Souls had a little like more content in it, or just like some more optional stuff to do, I think it would potentially be higher up in my list. But it's very much, you know, like every playthrough is going to be kind of the exact same.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
That's kind of true.
Which is fine. You know? It's like, how many bosses are in like Dark Souls? Like,
yeah, so like
Souls.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of doing the count. So like there's roughly 15 in this one, give or take. I feel like Dark Souls has more than that.
Looks like 26 are in Dark Souls 1. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm just going off the first thing I'm Googling here. 21 not counting DLC.
Okay. In either case, definitely more than this one has.
3 and 5 zones, and then 1 extra zone, so 16. Technically 17 with the second Allant.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But like, and
like half of those are gimmick fights too.
Yeah. Like a lot of them are like really cool or evocative, or like there's some real high points here in the boss designs for sure. But
do you find yourself enjoying moments where it's like, here's kind of like a boss and then an immediate boss after that?
I can sometimes.
Because I think I do enjoy that aspect of like from 2 going into 3. It's like, okay, boom, boom. Here's 2 fights.
I do kind of like, I don't want it often.
Yeah.
But it marks kind of like a special climactic point in the game to have kind of a back-to-back succession of fights. I think I like it better if like one of them is like clearly harder than the other. Like the first one maybe, and ideally you don't have to keep redoing the first one or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I do like that. I'm trying to think of like are there any specific examples coming to mind for you?
Well, I was just thinking of like how they do Zone 2 and Zone 3, because like most of them are just like a quick little jaunt.
I am liking that aspect, yeah.
Yeah. Because even I think in other like Souls games, I'm trying to think of like a good example, because I hate it when it's like one boss rolling into the other, like Radagon into Elden Beast kind of thing. Like I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
But I do like examples. I'm failing on them right now. What? Just like bosses where there's like you beat the boss and you don't have to continue like a next phase. It's just like a short segment between the next fight. So you kind of are like, I don't know, it reminds me of like playing like boss rushes in like old games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just want to do bosses. And I enjoy that.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I want to do zone stuff.
Yeah, and it, especially since a lot of the boss encounters are some of the most memorable, interesting parts of the Demon Souls experience, having several of them be something where you kind of have 2 back-to-back as a reward when you get to the end of each zone is pretty cool, actually.
Oh, okay, like Godfrey going into Morgott or Gideon going into Horaloo kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
I like that. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah, I do like that because like it's a smaller feeling encounter. That's like, it's not small, but it's the
like
what follows immediately after is like, okay, this is an escalation.
Yeah. I like those. I like that, and I think that is a plus for Demon Souls for me.
Yeah, it's got some very good evocative, like the core of what makes Soul stuff interesting and cool is like that core is so strong here. I feel like it gets executed on in more interesting and varied ways later on, but like the core is very potent.
Yeah.
Even this early on.
It's interesting. One of the things I've been kind of thinking about, just with Elden Ring being like the first open world Souls game they put out, like,
yeah,
I felt like the more I think about Demon Souls and like compare it to Elden Ring, is just like, was it a matter of they felt like they had to focus on these like difficult to navigate terrains and stuff like that to kind of like force you into stuff almost, like, or they didn't think the combat itself would like be engaging to the players. They needed like a labyrinth almost to go through or something.
So sort of like with the way they've designed levels in this space.
Yeah, because I feel like in all of them, like maybe the most open one is like Shrine of Storms.
Yeah,
like the first, like they're all like very linear, tight kind of corridor pathways, and I'm curious if they thought like players wouldn't want to actively engage with stuff if they didn't need to.
I wonder.
And I think like an open world would kind of. I don't even know what I'm saying.
There is like a compactness to a lot of the spaces in Demon's Souls on average, to where like the biggest areas you go through are still not that large, and the smallest ones are like very narrow little hallways and stairways and stuff like that. It feels like there's a slightly more like dungeoneering vibe to all the places you go through in Demon's Souls.
Yeah, absolutely.
More so than in like certainly by Elden Ring, even though the general loop of exploring and dealing with encounters and traps and treasure and stuff like that is, you're doing the same kinds of things, but that design definitely feels a whole lot more like the design of a D&D dungeon or of something you'd find in a Baldur's Gate or something.
Yeah, maybe that's more what I'm thinking.
It does feel like that. Yeah, they like started focusing a lot more on like the bringing more encounter design and enemy combat design and like making more out of that the further they went, and getting better at it the further they went, to be fair.
Yeah. It feels like they needed to like rely on those like cheap like ambush or okay, you're pincered between this tight corridor kind of thing. And I don't know if it was just a matter of like that's what they wanted the game to be or what. Or maybe it was just figuring out like how to make an engaging combat that doesn't rely on the environment.
I wonder, because I do feel like their design of enemies and enemy movesets and enemy encounters has improved and grown considerably from Demon's. It feels like enemies are all much simpler in Demon's Souls. They've got a few moves maybe, and not a whole lot of strategy, and not a whole lot of wide variation in how they're going to come at you or attack you or engage you. And the mixes of enemies aren't that varied in any given zone.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like you're just finding all kinds of weird enemies that have different movesets and ways of coming at you and different strategies and more interesting stuff to fight against in later games. I just feel like they've learned more and more good tricks.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. It is interesting seeing the history. And
yeah, for sure. It's fun. It's fun theorizing. Like we obviously don't know anything about it, but it's neat.
Yeah.
It's neat seeing how the games have grown.
For sure. Especially because they're so darn secretive about their process. There's
What are
such
they doing in there? What are they doing?
What are they doing?
Tell us.
It does make the end result feel more just magical and intriguing, though.
Yeah.
For not really having that window in. So it's working, I guess.
You got us. You got us, FromSoft.
It's settled, FromSoft. We'll keep giving you money. You've earned it.
How those credits?
They're good. They're good. It's Sleigh Bell is reborn. And looking good.
This is the Nexus.
But yeah, no, the playthrough is done. Thank you all so much for watching.
That's it. We're done.
Lights out, everyone. I really appreciate y'all watching and joining us for these fun playthroughs. And I'm excited for, like, Dan and I have some ideas for what the next thing we'll play is, and I'm very, very looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good time. So we will see you all soon for that. And if you haven't already, please go subscribe to Dan on Twitch.
You're very sweet. Hey, you know what you should go? You should go to PlayFrame Plus on Twitch and make sure to follow and subscribe. Yeah,
You can also do that, but I'm not going to be running Kaizo, like Kaizo Mario levels anytime soon.
Kaizo only. It's the whole channel rebranding it because I'm playing Kaizo.
Just a hard pivot. Kaizo. Anyway, thank you all so much. We will see you next time for something else, and there will be more Soulsy stuff, and co-op Elden Ring will be coming as well. Don't worry.
We gotta get that DLC. Come on, FromSoft. We gotta play through to record.
It's true. Do have to wait for the DLC. That's why I haven't done it yet, but it is coming. So, thank you all. Thank you, Dan Hunters, and we'll see you all next time for something else. Bye.
Goodbye, y'all.